In this episode, I'm going to be listening to MAPHRA's Spiritbox Circle With Me, but it was recommended that I take a listen to Courtney LaPlante's version of this in the live take. So let's get started with that first. Since I like to talk microphones, one thing that I recognize that they listed is that she's using a Perlman TM1, which is actually a handcrafted variation of a Neumann U47, which is similar to this microphone. But it is actually handcrafted by Dave Perlman. It's a tube microphone, and it has a gorgeous sound in itself. So I'm actually extremely excited because I've never heard Spiritbox, I've never heard Courtney's voice, and I'm really interested to see how this sounds.
Cut down the altar!
Just real quick, the music is great. We've got it's set in stereo, so we've got it in both left and right ears, and we've got this nice kind of underground synth, this deep synth that's kind of bringing out the fullness of this song, and it comes up great at the end of this section, right when she's getting ready to sing. So that comes at a perfect ending point. Just wanted to quickly point that out. It sounds great.
Visionaire and deep is fake. Dirty gold, the colors change.
She's got a great voice. One thing I also wanted to point out really quick is that there's a good separation of each of the musical instruments. Again, I've talked about this before. If you were to record and just put this in stereo, all of the instruments tend to get muffled together. But this is actually separated really great. Not only that, we kind of get the hi-hat just in the left ear and the remainder of the drums kind of in the right and in the center. So it's a great separation, and her voice is right in the middle, but it's got a nice distance between both ears. So it gives just a great audio separation, which is a wonderful feeling, because we want to hear her voice, but we also want to get all the distinct instrument music as well.
Dirty gold, the colors change. Hands are frozen, feel no pain. I just wanna hold the flame. Negative feedback loop, I'm spinning out of control. The sickly sweetness is crushing me, but I wanna know if there's no heat. When I escalate, the fire is cold. There you go. This could all be yours. Feel the weight of a murder. It could all be yours if you echo words of grace. Tree to cut down the altar. It could all be yours. Vulture circle in the flame. Nothing sacred, nothing lost. When birds of prey invade my thoughts, they promise I won't feel the pain. Not strong enough to hold the flame. Negative feedback loop, I'm spinning out of control. The sickly sweetness is crushing me, but I wanna know if there's no heat when I escalate. The fire is cold. There you go. This could all be yours. Feel the weight of
Wow. That was great. I had never heard them before. She's got a great voice, and I'm extremely curious to see how this is going to compare to MAPHRA. I didn't want to spend too much time talking about the production of this because I'm just using this kind of as a comparison. But I will say, production-wise and vocally, it sounds really great. They've got so much ambiance in the background, which is nice, and we kind of hear that towards the end, the circling or circle with me, and she kind of breaks from singing. We get just the music and the ambient. We kind of get, it's not doing a swirling, but we do get some separation, variation, kind of panning, both left and right, but also front and back. So we kind of get the circling feeling. But it's great. The production was just wonderful. So let me switch over to MAPHRA.
A few moments later.
Okay, let's see. There she is still with the K2. Some of you have been very wonderful in the comments on filling me in with MAPHRA, at least on some aspects. Several of you have mentioned that these aren't live recordings of her, which is perfectly fine. And whether or not it's debatable, she actually uses the K2 of the Rode. I still think that this would be a great microphone for her to use. Presumably she did. It could be for aesthetics. It is very similar to a Neumann U47 or the variations. But as I'd mentioned, because of her vocal range, it is able to pick up those highs without becoming distorted, to be able to pick up the loudness without, again, becoming distorted. So she's able to do that distortion with her voice, with the grittiness, but there's no artifacts, nor is there any capping that we're getting or noise that we would be getting typically for a microphone if you weren't able to get some of the frequencies that she is in. So let's check this out.
The altar!
Jeez.
Visionary, deepest fake, dirty gold, the colors change. Hands are frozen, feel no pain. I just wanna hold the flame. Negative feedback loop, I'm spinning out of control. This sickly sweetness is crushing me, but I wanna know if there's no heat when I escalate. The fire is cold, there you go. This could all be yours. Feel the weight of a murder. It could all be yours if you echo birds of prey. Try to cut down the altar. It could all be yours, but you're circling the flame.
I mentioned I got chill bumps again everywhere. She has got such, again, a smooth voice. Not that Courtney's isn't smooth. There's just, every singer, male or female, does have variations within their voice, and hers is just so smooth. I'd mentioned this before. I kind of wished that there were a little bit more brighter frequencies on her voice, because it is so clear and clean to begin with. I might have to go and do my own mastering of this, but it's just so absolutely smooth that you can just, again, hear that control. There was one point I didn't stop, and it's a little too further back, where she's singing, but she adds a little bit of grittiness to it just for a syllable or two, and it just is incredible to be able to go from such a smooth voice to that grittiness just in an instant. And I'm also meant to mention, this is the same music that was played in the original. So it doesn't seem like she's redone any of that, at least in this song, which is perfectly fine. That's why I'm not going to be commenting about any of the music or the production of that, because it was done from the original.
Nothing sacred, nothing lost. When birds of prey invade my thoughts, they promise that we'll feel that pain. Not strong enough to hold the flame. Negative feedback loop, I'm spinning out of control. The sickly sweetness is crushing me, but I wanna know if there's no heat when I escalate the fire. Go, let go. This could all be yours. Feel the weight of the mighty.
That's what she did in the last chorus. Just that grittiness right when it was needed. It's just remarkable.
All be yours. Feel the weight of the mighty. It could all be yours if you echo birds of prey. Try to cut down the altar. It could all just circling the flame. With all the power of a dying sun, I climb the altar and I claim my place as God. Circle with me. Circle with me. This could all be yours. Feel the weight of a mighty. It could all.
I can't. This is, oh my God. I just have had chill bumps for this last couple minutes. It's just remarkable at how much control she has. And then just, I hate to go back to it, but to go from such grittiness to being so absolutely velvety is remarkable. And you can just see, even if this is pre-recorded, or even if this is done live, regardless, I would imagine this is exactly the posture, and this is exactly the movements that she would have during these. And again, I mentioned this in the last video with her, is that typically there's so much physical retching to be able to get that type of granularity and that control, and the vocal volume for that matter. Now, we did see that Courtney really didn't do that as well. She did step back in the way her stance was, but again, her poise and posture, other than the shoulders coming up and moving forward a little bit, it isn't a lot, again, going on. It just, to me, just further shows how much power she has in her vocals. It is just remarkable. I got to go back before this part here. Sake. They are both fantastic vocalists. I'm not taking away anything from Courtney, because she has an amazing voice in her own right. I'm just still flabbergasted because I'm new to MAPHRA. There's not much that I know about her. And that doesn't even, I don't think I need to know anything. I mean, it would be great just because I like the history of an artist, but just the amount of vocal control that she has, and just to go from the grittiness and the volume to being so smooth, just that, I pointed it out already with her chorus, when she has just the louder vocals, And then she just goes into the raspiness for a second or two or for a couple syllables is just absolutely remarkable. And to be able to go back, I didn't recognize Courtney doing that. She definitely did. And it just added more character to the song. And again, just further shows MAPHRA's capability is just mind-boggling. Like I'm at a loss for words, to be honest. Just because it's beautiful. And as I mentioned in the last video, I enjoy this style of music. I enjoy all different kinds of music, but nonetheless, I don't mean to go and rant and ramble, but I'm so looking forward to listening to all of MAPHRA's songs and the remakes that she's done or the covers. Just to hear the variety and variation, this was a little different than the first. So I'm looking forward to it. So I just greatly appreciate all the recommendations, and I'm extremely looking forward to more. So please, if you know more about MAPHRA, please post in the comments, because I do read those. I don't have the time to respond to all of them, but I still love to read them. I love to learn about the artist. So the more that you can give me, the greater. That helps me on this journey of appreciation. It's just remarkable. Well, thank you so much for watching Melodic Logic. And until next time, please take care.